I thought Kerry got off to a very good start. As I say, I think the president's best arguments came at the end.
Bob Schieffer, our CBS News coverage of tonight's presidential joint appearance continues with Senators John McCain and Joe Biden, so stay here with us.
Catch the King of Queens Wednesdays on CBS. It's all here.
From the University of Miami, this is a CBS 4 News Presidential Debate Update.
Good evening, I'm Rob Hanrahan.
I'm Maggie Rodriguez at the University of Miami. An estimated 50 million viewers have had their eyes focused here for the first presidential debate.
After a formal handshake, the president and Senator John Kerry talked issues for 90 minutes.
But will their answers have an effect on undecided voters? We'll tell you what our expert panel thinks.
Join us for an expanded edition of CBS 4 News next at 11.
I'm Mel Martinez, and I approve this message.
He escaped communism as a young boy and fell in love with America.
And I was going to live in this country, and I wanted to do it the way everybody else did it.
No special privileges, just hard work. A community leader, Little League coach to the president's cabinet.
I immigrated at age 15 and ended up in the cabinet of the President of the United States. I never dreamed I'd do something like that.
That's Mel Martinez, character, a leader, our next senator.
It's Bear's lowest prices of the year sale. To help our neighbors rebuild their lives, Bear's will offer the absolute lowest prices on every Serta Perfect Sleeper and Kingsdown mattress in stock until 2005. Bear's lowest prices of the year sale, on now.
President Bush and our leaders in Congress have a plan.
Enhance border and port security.
Increase homeland security measures.
Reform and strengthen intelligence services.
Renew the Patriot Act, giving law enforcement tools against terrorists.
Create a national counterterrorism center.
Transform our military.
Give the military all it needs.
Find terrorists where they train and hide.
Learn more
at agendaforamerica.com.
I'm George W. Bush, and I approve this message.
A dangerous health scare for people taking a popular arthritis drug at 11.
Chantel plus John Travolta.
It's the event of the day.
And Pearl Jam, all new tonight.
It took a year for cold case detectives to get this suspect to court.
I didn't do those murders.
You don't have an alibi, but you got motive and opportunity.
But now they'll discover they may have the wrong man.
My client was 6 miles away from the scene when these murders took place.
And the killer could still be out there. Cold Case season premiere, CBS Sunday.
CBS News coverage of this presidential debate continues. Here again is Dan Rather.
Joining us now is the senior United States Senator from the state of Arizona, Republican John McCain. Senator McCain is, among other things, a member of the Armed Services Committee and an experienced debater himself. He debated then-candidate George W. Bush a few times in campaign 2000, and he has just watched tonight's joint appearance from inside the hall. Senator McCain, thank you for joining us. Senator Kerry said that it was, quote, a colossal mistake for President Bush to invade Iraq at what Senator Kerry sees as at the expense of concentrating on Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda. Valid point or no?
I don't think so, because I think that it's the United States has been able to handle all of it, and I think that at least my opinion is that Saddam Hussein, if he were still in power, I agree with the president, would be attempting to acquire and use weapons of mass destruction. Why? Because you judge people by their history, and we know that in his regime he had used weapons of mass destruction against his own people and against his enemies, and he had acquired them, and he had them in '91. So to say that this then was something that we could have gone back to the United Nations for the 18th or 19th or 20th time and it would have been different is just something that I don't think the president agreed with, nor do I. And I think that the president made this a strong case for the effect of freedom and democracy in Iraq and the impact that it and freedom and democracy in Afghanistan will have throughout the world.
You think that was the president's strongest argument? What, in your judgment, was Senator Kerry's strongest argument and or best point in this joint appearance?
I think that John Kerry's strongest point was that he was very well understood the issues. I think he came across as somebody who had a very good grasp of the issues. He understands Korea, he understands Iran. He did make a valid point when these are major threats. I agreed with him, particularly on this issue of the threat of nuclear proliferation. So I think that where the president gained an advantage was on his continued reference, and legitimate one, to his steadfastness and his unwavering commitment to winning this war on terror. I think he reinforced that in his presentation and his demeanor.
Senator, if you agree, and if you don't say so, that the Bush supporters will think President Bush did a good job, the Kerry supporters will think their man did a good job, that leaves the independent and swing voters, particularly the women who are the largest percentage in that category. What did the president say tonight that you think might swing some of those voters his way?
I think statements like that would appeal to independent voters, like the impact and effect of a free and open society. When he talks about the conditions in Iraq before, under Saddam Hussein, and the things like 10 million people registering to vote in Afghanistan. In other words, this opportunity and hope and this conviction that what we have done and what we will do is a noble cause. I was very touched, frankly, with his conversation with the family member whose son had died, or husband had died in Iraq. These give you an idea of the grave responsibilities of being president of the United States, and he shouldered them with conviction.
Senator John McCain, thanks for being with us.
Thanks,
in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, a Democrats' perspective on tonight's presidential face-off. United States Senator Joseph Biden will join us, so stick in here with us.
A funny thing happens when your body